Singapore summit off to a positive start after this historic handshake. Malaysia invites Japan to partner in employment creation. Well, Malaysia is inviting more Japanese companies to invest in the country in a move to boost job opportunities for Malaysians. According to Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, it is imperative to attract investors to set up businesses here in order to deal with the current unemployment issue in Malaysia.
We are very grateful that Japanese business people have been very positive about Malaysia. Among the first companies, manufacturing companies set up by foreigners in Malaysia were the Japanese company. I think Panasonic, or at that time it was called National, was among the first factory that was set up in Malaysia.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was speaking during a dialogue session with leaders of the Japanese business community in Tokyo, Japan. To date, there are 1,400 Japanese companies operating in Malaysia. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, is tracking down 4 individuals to help in investigations related to 1MDB. The individuals include 3 former 1MDB officers.
They are Tan Keng Chi, Ge Cho Heng and Lui Ai Swan. MACC is also seeking an individual named Tan Kim Lung, also known as Eric Tan, whose name was first mentioned in a Singapore court in May 2016 after authorities there slapped a 7th charge on ex-BSI private banker Yeo Jia Wei. Tan is known as the Mystery Man and is thought to be masquerading in another name. He was identified as a signatory for numerous bank accounts in Singapore from which money from 1MDB accounts were laundered. The accounts were RBS Coates Bank and Falcon Bank, and Tan has been a wanted man together with businessman Low Tech Joe, also known as Joe Low, since October 2016. MACC also urged anyone who knows or has any information regarding the 4 individuals to contact Officer Nur Aida Arifin at 03-8870-000, extension 0323, or email her at ida_arifin at sprm.gov.my.
Well, meanwhile, a bungalow in Putrajaya believed to be linked to former Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak was raided by the police yesterday. And the raid was in connection with the ongoing police probe on state-owned investment arm 1MDB.
Bukit Aman Commercial Crime Department Chief Dato Sri Amar Singh confirmed that the raid took place. At least 4 police vehicles from the Commercial Crime Department arrived at the double-story bungalow in Precinct 10 at 1 p.m. The bungalow is also located near Sri Perdana, the Prime Minister's official residence. It is believed that the last occupant of the bungalow was Najib's former principal, Private Secretary Tan Sri Shukri Mohamad Saleh. Tan Sri Shukri was appointed Bank Rakyat chairman in January last year. Police personnel who had arrived in 5 unmarked cars past noon seized several items from the place. According to sources, the bungalows located in Precinct 10 serve as senior government officers' quarters.
The newly appointed Attorney General, AG Tommy Thomas, will be assisted by the Bar Council in the government's law reform agenda. And according to Bar Council President George Varghese, Thomas has indicated his intention to scrap the Anti-Fake News Act 2018 during a fruitful first meeting between the AG and representatives of the Council.
The meeting took place in Putrajaya yesterday. Other controversial laws were also discussed during the closed meeting at the Attorney General Chambers, including the Sedition Act, the Prevention of Crime Act, POCA, and the Security Offences Special Measures Act, SOSMA, 2012.
I believe he is. In fact, for example, he did indicate like the anti-fake news is definitely will be repealed, but we didn't have time to go into the details of all the other acts. But he was agreeable to look at all our proposals.
He added that the proposals had been forwarded to the Institutional Reforms Committee. Varghese also said that there was no specific timeline in which these law reforms would take place and that consultations were necessary.
Well, findings of the investigations into the data breach involving the Ministry of Education and satellite TV network Astro will be made public. According to Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Deo, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, has been ordered to investigate the breaches and to give him a report in a week.
Untuk kedua-dua kes begini, perkara ini, saya telah pun minta SKMM untuk memberikan saya laporan berkenaan dengan perkara ini. Pertamanya, saya meminta supaya semua pihak yang mendapati bahawa adanya kes-kes demikian, ya, breach of data dan sebagainya, supaya tampil ke depan dan buat laporan kepada SKMM supaya kita boleh buat siasatan terperinci. Perkara-perkara ini adalah satu perkara yang sangat penting.
Once the MCMC investigations are complete, the ministry will take action on the perpetrators. Last week, Astro customers' data were leaked online involving the Internet Protocol television customers provided by MACC. It was also reported that a recent data leak involving the Education Ministry's school examination analysis system exposed the personal data of more than 10 million Malaysians. Gobind said the ministry will also review the need to upgrade the current system to curb any recurrence of such issue.
Well, meanwhile, Gobind announced that the proposal for the internet access to be made a constitutional right would be brought to the cabinet in the near future. The proposal is aimed at allowing Malaysians to benefit from the national e-economy and e-commerce. This means connectivity, lower internet costs, and better speed.
Saya akan mencadangkan kepada kerajaan supaya kita lihat sama ada ataupun tidak, kita boleh juga memasukkan hak kepada setiap rakyat untuk ada akses kepada internet, supaya ianya boleh menjadi satu program ataupun satu perkara yang dibawa ke depan. Kalau ianya menjadi satu hak asasi, hak yang dijamin di bawah perlembagaan, maka itu bermaksud bahawa setiap kerajaan negeri dan juga kerajaan persekutuan perlu melakukan usaha-usaha tertentu supaya kita boleh membawa internet ini secara meluas di seluruh negara ini.
Gobind said the announcement regarding internet services would be made after the Idul Fitri celebration, and discussions were ongoing with telecommunication companies to improve the three aspects.
Fire and Rescue Department targets 10 minutes response time. That and more coming up. The Education Ministry has indefinitely frozen all internal transfers, appointments and promotions involving staff in state education departments or JPN and district education offices, PPD, nationwide. Now, transfers and promotions at both JPN and PPD that took place over the last 2 months will also be reviewed.
Education Minister Mazli Malik said the decision was made after he received reports on attempts to place officers who were still loyal to the previous Barisan Nasional (BN) government in several strategic positions in a ministry.
Setakat ini di 3 buah negeri dikenal pasti ianya berlaku secara aktif, iaitu di kawasan utara Malaysia dan juga pantai timur. Tak, bukan elemen sabotaj, kita takuti kerana ada kemungkinan usaha tersebut ke arah untuk melakukan sabotaj terhadap agenda yang ingin dibawa oleh kerajaan yang baru ini.
Dr. Mazli, however, did not elaborate on the number of staff who would be affected by the freeze, saying the process was ongoing. On June 3rd, he said the ministry would take action against officers found to have abused their power in processing applications for the transfer of teachers as alleged in social media posts earlier this month.
And now the Housing and Local Government Ministry aims to improve coverage of the Fire and Rescue Department for rural and interior areas. Its Minister, Zuraida Kamarudin, said more improvements must be made regarding the department's response time, adding that 43% of dispatches make it to the scene within 10 minutes.
The remainder, 57%, usually arrive within 20 minutes, and this, according to the minister, needs to be rectified. The Fire and Rescue Department will soon construct 280 posts to improve its services.
Tapi kalau boleh cepat lagi bagus, because dengan standard procedure is within 10 minutes, dalam 10 minit. So jadi at the moment tak capai lagi, baru 43% baru dapat capai 10 minit. 83% masih lagi dalam tahap 20 minit. Yang ni kita kena pergemaskan, pertingkatkan jadi 10 minit tu kalau boleh in future kita boleh lebih cepat lagi bagus.
Zuraida was speaking during the launch of the ministry's Hari Raya Fire Safety Campaign in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. Meanwhile, new Fire and Rescue Department Director General Muhammad Hamdan Wahid said 11,200 fire and rescue personnel will be on duty throughout this festive season.
The infamous KL traffic woes may become a thing of the past for city dwellers once a systematic city restructuring plan is drafted. And Lembah Pantai Member of Parliament Fahmi Fadzil said the Kuala Lumpur City Hall, or DBKL, should also conduct a traffic impact assessment, particularly on projects that are being planned or in the course of completion, to determine the level of inconvenience they will cause, especially for high-density residential areas.
Jadi sebab itulah saya menegaskan peri pentingnya kita ada pelan bandaraya Kuala Lumpur supaya pembangunan di Kuala Lumpur ini dapat berlaku secara mampan, secara lestari, secara sustainable, yang tidak menzalimi, yang tidak mengendahkan ataupun yang tidak mengetepikan, meminggirkan mana-mana satu komuniti, mana-mana satu kelompok.
Citing Lembah Pantai as an example, Fahmi said an efficient transport system was required to encourage residents to utilize public transportation. Hence, an immediate short-term solution must be realized to help ease the traffic woes in the area. RTM will undergo major changes once a review of all facets of the organization is completed. In announcing this, Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Deo also expressed thanks to netizens who have contributed their views regarding RTM's transformation.
Rakyat Malaysia yang telah pun memberi feedback kepada saya melalui Facebook dan juga Twitter berkenaan dengan apa yang seharusnya dilakukan. Tapi kalau kita lihat kepada komen-komen, memang betul lah banyak yang disebut berkenaan dengan outlook of RTM, bagaimana ianya kena tukar, konten kena tukar, cara kita siarkan siaran-siaran tertentu kena tukar dan sebagainya. Tapi banyak sangat yang kena dilakukan. Kita dalam proses mengkaji semua perkara-perkara itu, dan seperti mana saya sebut, bila kita ada rancangan ataupun kita ada cadangan untuk membuat perubahan, saya akan buat pengumuman dalam masa tertentu.
During a recent visit to Angkasa Puri, Gobind told RTM staff to project a new and more aggressive image in 6 months to attract more viewers. He said the change was necessary to ensure that the government television station was able to face healthy competition or even excel in comparison to private TV stations, including those at the international level.
What a day for my tongue, from double-decker buses to Socrates and match. Now that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. We'll be back later at 7 p.m. Till then, I'm Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to TV2.